DOM, EMD, CMA, MLS. What do all these acronyms mean? There are a lot of new words you come across during the real estate process. Real estate has its own secret language, and it can make a difference to you as a home buyer or a home seller. So I want to go through an entire series called The Secret Language of Real Estate. And today, this episode of our series is going to be focusing on the secret language of the home buying process, specifically your home search. Let's talk about the secret language of real estate as it relates to the home buying process and finding you the perfect home. I'm Sherri Green with Coldwell Banker. Welcome to my YouTube channel that guides home sellers and home buyers in Washington, D.C. and Northern Virginia. When you start your home search, one of the first places you're going to be looking is the MLS. You may have heard the acronym before. You may wonder what it means. Maybe you know what it means. It's the multiple list service. The multiple list service is where every professional realtor, real estate agent, goes to put the listings that they have for sale. It's the way we start to market every home that is going to market. You access the MLS through your real estate agent. They can set you up with a custom search that matches your specifics. What neighborhood you're looking in, how many bedrooms you need, the square footage you'd like, do you want a yard, do you need parking? There are all kinds of parameters that go into that MLS, that go into each entry that you can make a custom search surrounding. So your agent can set you up with a custom search from the MLS so you don't miss a listing, you don't miss a house when it hits the market. DOM, you may have heard that, goes hand in hand with MLS. And DOM are the days on market. What does that mean? It's the number of days that the seller has been actively marketing their house for sale to the public. This can come into play when you go to write an offer. If a house has been sitting on the market, has a very high days on market, it can mean that you can do some negotiating on the price. At the moment, 2021, we are in May. This market is crazy all around the country. Homes are moving very quickly. So days on market may not matter as much. They may actually be very short. However, it's important to understand what the DOM is, what the days on market are, so that you can understand how the real estate market works. A listing. A listing is simply a home, a condo, a co-op, a piece of land that is listed on the MLS. It's just a word that we use to enter a property. Let's put the listing in the MLS. Let's put the home, the condo, the co-op into the MLS. Let's put it on the market. And we often, as agents, say, oh, the listing just came on this morning. So a listing is simply the piece of property, improved or unimproved, that's on the market for sale. If you're in the home buying search, you probably have a buyer's agent. And if you don't, you need to get one. So what is a buyer's agent? A buyer's agent represents the buyer through the whole transaction from start to finish. They will guide your process. They'll help you find a lender. They will help you understand all these terms I'm talking about and a lot more. They'll talk to you about the process. They'll talk to you about the customs and the protocols that are correct for your jurisdiction. They'll help you understand the contract. They will write your contract, your offer. They will present that offer to the seller, and they will work to get you all the way through to the closing table. There is a lot that a buyer's agent does. A lot of times people just think they open doors. It is so much more to that. That is just the first step. So you have an MLS search, you know what the DOM is, and you know what your buyer's agent is doing. What's a showing? That's the next thing that's going to happen. You will schedule, your buyer's agent will schedule showings. Showings are simply tours of homes. We've scheduled a showing of that home. We've scheduled a tour of that home. We've scheduled an appointment to go see that house. A showing is an appointment to see the house that you may want to buy. Now, when you get into reading all those descriptions in the MLS or the brochures that are in the house as you go to tour the home, there is a secret language in a listing that you also should know about as well. Let's talk about being cozy. Cozy is another word for small. Now, small may be what you need. You may just need a small amount of space at home. If you live in a big city, that's probably all you do need. You live outside in parks and museums and restaurants and at your friends' homes and condos. So cozy can sound quite quaint and nice, but sometimes it means small. Make sure you're looking at the floor plan of the places you are interested in. Make sure you're checking the square footage and see that the houses that you look at that are described as cozy match your needs. Facelift. We often think of this for people, but not homes. But oftentimes you will find in the listing a house as listed as just got a recent facelift. What does that mean? Well, it can mean a variety of things. There's something that the seller did to prepare that house for sale. Most of the time it is small little fixes, and the most common small little fix is paint. A lot of times a seller will paint their whole home on the interior or maybe several rooms right before they put it on the market. Now this can help because a lot of people have paint colors that just are very personal, and frankly, you and I don't want to inherit their purple bathroom. However, paint can also cover up. If they've just painted the ceiling, is there a leak that they forgot to disclose? If they just painted a bathroom, was there a leak in there? So as you go to check a home that has had a facelift, make sure you know what was done, when was done, and do further investigation to see what that facelift might be covering. Quiet. Now, quiet is actually good sometimes. You may want a quiet bedroom. You may want a quiet living room when you're trying to watch a movie. But sometimes quiet means there is nothing happening in this neighborhood. You're going to have to get in the car and go somewhere to find nightlife, restaurants, bars, shops that you need to go to. Quiet can be nice, but quiet also can be an indication that the home is not as walkable as you might prefer. Charming. Charming is a great word, isn't it? People are charming and homes are charming too. And when we think about charming when it comes to homes, we see this a lot in DC. We're a very old city, and charming can mean old. It can mean that it has a lot of historic touches and architectural details, or frankly, just the structure is old and it's charming. A lot of people actually in cities like Washington look for charm. They love that our city is old and historic. Old Town Alexandria is called old because it is, and it's beautiful. But if you like modern, contemporary, and new construction, charming may not be the word you want to see in your listing. So investigate the word charming, look at all of the pictures, and see if it has the architectural style and details and age of the property, age of the building that you're looking for. Fixer and investor special. This is code word for this home needs some work. And that may be what you want. You may be able to get a great deal on a fixer because it needs a new kitchen, or it needs a new bathroom, or it needs new trim, or whatever the case may be. An investor special goes a little bit further, meaning this house needs probably a gut or a full remodel before it's really inhabitable by most people. Now, some people are adventurous and they love buying a fixer or an investor special, and they live right in it and do the work right around themselves. But if you want something that is finished and ready to go, a fixer or an investor special is probably a listing that you want to stay clear of. So these are just a few of the terms that you may run into when you are searching for your new home. Did I miss a term that you're curious about that revolves around the home buying process? Leave me a comment below and I'll be sure to answer you there. There is a lot to know about the real estate process. My channel is here to help. Make sure you subscribe so you don't miss a video on how to buy your next house.